Are you missing six-man co-host Mike Myers? Well, you don't have to. Go to geekbrunchpodcast.com and explore all of Mike's podcast universe, including my favorite, Mike M's Weekly Reads, to stay up to date with Mike's personal reading list. You got Geek Brunch, a bi-weekly celebration of geek culture with Mike and Bill Bomer, where they dish about comics, movies, TVs, and even food sometimes. You got DC Noise, focusing on Mike's favorite publisher, DC. Collector's Corner, DC Everything Else, another favorite of mine, and Geek Brunch Retro. So feel free to go find Mike at geekbrunchpodcast.com. As you know, our LCS is Cowabunga Comics, Lake Country, Wisconsin's best pop culture destination for new comics, back issues, gaming, retro video games, vinyl, and figures. Give them a call, 262-569-9999. Check them out online at cowabungacomics.com or follow them on Twitter at Incredicow. They are our LCS, and we utilize their deep discount mail order service to bring Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, closer to us. They'll take care of you. Tell them Drew and Kyle sent you. Say hi to Eric and James from us. If you need an LCS, you can't go wrong with Cowabunga Comics.
Thanks for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Kyle and Drew with your sneak peek at next week, episode 905, for comics originally coming out May the 7th and May the 8th. But before Drew and I get to what's coming up in your local comic book shops this coming Tuesday and Wednesday, Drew, we got all kinds of fun stuff happening in the world of comics, and this year is almost halfway over already. My goodness, time's flying.
Well, yeah, it's May the 4th. Will be with you. We got Star Wars Day and Free Comic Book Day lined up again. Somehow that keeps happening. Feels like it happened 2 years in a row. Is that because of leap year or something?
I think so. Yeah, leap day put everything right as it should have been.
Yeah. Okay. So for all you folks out there making the rounds to your local comic book shops and patronizing those places and getting your free comics, let's look at some of the cool stuff you're gonna find.
Yeah, Free Comic Book Day is always a fun time, a good time to head to your local shops and make sure you throw a couple bucks their way, celebrate them, and go home with a couple of neat things, because we've seen some FCBD books have some good value and some good stay and some good jump off points for some things. So it's always worth making sure you get a couple from here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah. The comics are free to you, but they're not free to the shops. They got to pay shipping on them, and they pay a nominal amount for those comics. So yeah, it adds up. But yeah, they're in very different tiers. So we got gold and silver. In the gold tier, it looks to me like since Blood Hunt's already out, I don't know that that's going to be that hot of a book.
Yeah, it's not going to be the first Blood Hunt. It's just going to
it's not.
Hey, you ever thought about reading Blood Hunt?
Yeah, it's like a Blood Hunt X-Men deal.
Mm-hmm.
The Energon could be something. The Energon Universe special is going to have new stuff in it, plus a primer on all the Energon titles. So that could be one that's sought after. In the gold tier. I don't know about Encanto, Hellboy, Johnny Quest, that he has his fans. There's a Turtles in this group. And then there's that James Tynion, the fourth primer. Yeah, it's kind of like
it's a boom book.
Yeah, it's a boom book, but it's got several of James Tynion's boom books all wrapped into one, which is kind of interesting way to do it. And then there's a Ultimate Universe Spider-Man. That could be a possible hot book.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because Ultimate Universe has been so hot already. So how many of these are going to be out there? Probably a lot. But this could be sought after. And for especially the folks that are loving Free Comic Book or Ultimate Spider-Man already and want to get this to complete their collection. So I don't know if this is uh, how much new stuff is in here. I didn't really dig into that, so it may just be reprising some things, but it may have
That's kind of what I'm
stuff.
figuring. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that one could be a hot one. There's something called Unicorn Crush. That's going to be kid stuff. Witches of
Tell me all
Brooklyn.
about it, or tell me all about Unicorn Crush.
It's got to be related to My Little Pony somehow. Some connection there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the gold level. I think there's a Pokemon book too. That'll be hot. Those Pokemon people are crazy. Silver comics, the silver tier. We've got Asterix Olympics from Paper Cuts. That's a small press.
Mm-hmm.
Boombox is doing a 10th anniversary collection of some of their stuff. Got a Conan book. Flash Gordon 0 issue from Mad Cave.
That could be interesting.
Yeah. Far Cry book, Call the Herd. So it's a video game tie-in.
Yeah.
That could have some juice. There's a Doctor Who, and there's a Dying Inside by Vault. This is the Dying Inside is from Fallout Boy, Pete Wentz. That could have some crossover appeal. Blaze has given us Gannibal, which is it's a horror manga.
Yeah, it's interesting. Now streaming on Hulu, so it's based on a Hulu property. So
okay, there you go.
Maybe some crossover joy there.
There's a Marvel Voices, which is some a Black
They're
Panther,
young creators,
yeah, Spider-Gwen, a Spider-Man of Mumbai. Marvel and Fantagraphics presents Atlas Comics Library. It's an interesting crossover between Fantagraphics and Marvel. This is pre-code, House of Ideas stuff. Old Stan Lee. Some interesting things in there that might have some appeal to some old school collectors.
Oh yeah.
We've got Romeo and Juliet from Gemstone. We've got a Snoopy. We've got a One Piece.
The One Piece will be the one.
One Piece is popular. Yep, for sure. There's a Star Wars #1.
That's cool.
I'm not sure what era this is. Looks like classic Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
Leia, Lando, Chewbacca. We've got a new Young Jedi Star Wars Plants vs. Zombies. That's an interesting angle.
And that's a Dark Horse property, that one.
Yeah. Okay. We've got Street Fighter versus Final Fight, another video game tie-in. We've got the Valiants from Valiant, which is not really Valiant anymore, wasn't that bought by somebody? I can't remember who the new publisher is. Arcana Studio, haven't heard from them for a while. They're giving us Ultra Duck sampler. And then Unico Awakening and tons of Strange from 10 Ton Press. So some interesting titles there. Lots of stuff something for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like a little less than usual.
Drew, you can only pick 4. What are your 4?
Oh, I'm picking Energon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely going to pick that. I'm going to pick up I'll probably pick up the Ultimate Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to miss out on that one. So was it? Yeah, it's 2 kind of the big 3 already. I did not really go on small press yet, have I? Then I'll do.
Is he going all gold?
No. I'm gonna drop it down. And I'm going to go with that crazy Marvel Fantagraphics Presents Atlas Comics Library. That one really caught my attention.
Mm-hmm.
And I had missed that before. And then I'll probably do, what was my fourth one? So lots of cool things to choose from. Maybe I'll grab the. No, I mean, like I was thinking about some of the anime things, but like that's really not me. That's really not me. Wouldn't be me. That would be disingenuous. I think I'd go Flash Gordon Zero.
There we
would
go.
be my fourth. Flash Gordon Zero. How about you?
I'm going Energon. I'm going Ultimates. I am going One Piece, and I am going Far Cry.
Yeah. I was looking at both of those as possible heaters. Good call. Yeah, hopefully you guys can find a good shop that'll give you multiples. Some of them are stingy.
So yeah, we've been to some that are just like one and done.
One and done. Out you go. And then some are like 4 or 5. So
yeah,
those are the good places.
I love those.
When you take a change of shirt and some dark sunglasses and you go back in.
Draw that mustache on.
Exactly. All right. Happy Free Comic Book Day, everybody. And don't forget that we've also got books to look for in the previews catalog and we're going to look at Marvel's previews May for July.
Yeah, May for July already. My goodness, we're heading into the July portions. We've got some From the Ashes, A New Beginning, X-Men #1. So it looks like we're starting X-Men back from the jump on here. But let's see what they're actually getting into. Of course, we got our Disney covers and our Aliens, Avengers. They're getting into some deep stuff. But yes, we are starting with X-Men #1, Jed MacKay, Ryan Stegman.
So Jed MacKay goes from Moon Knight to Avengers to he gets to do the Blood Hunt event. And now he gets X-Men. They love this guy.
Yeah.
Now, is this going to be accessible for me who has sat out?
Well, Krakoa is gone is how it starts.
From the ashes, so Cyclops leads because that's what he does. Beast builds because that's what he does. From their new home in Alaska, the X-Men raise a flag of defiance. Mutant business is their business. Join Cyclops, Beast, Magneto, Psylocke, Kid Omega, Temper, Magic, and Juggernaut. Most of those are cool old school characters. As new forces in the world move into position, battling for the destiny and philosophy of the mutant species. Okay. I mean, I've got to give this a shot. I mean, I've had tons of good luck with Jed MacKay books, most of them. He's handled my Moon Knight pretty well. Some of it questionable, but pretty good. His little blood hunt thing is off to a decent start. It's interesting. I don't think I read much of his Avengers, but yeah. So I think I need to read this X-Men, and I haven't read an X-Men since, was it probably X-Men Red, dude? Is that
probably? Yeah.
Is that how long it's been?
Been a while.
One of those Bendis X-Men books. Man.
Yeah, or the one that had Nightcrawler and
yeah, it's been a while. Stegman, I like Stegman art. So
we get a Psylocke, J. Scott Campbell, so that's going to be dope.
Yeah.
Internals look good.
Internals look good. Yeah.
Of course, Antarctica or whatever is a weird place to do it, but let's head on. Speaking of weird, our next book, X-Force #1, restarting the X-Force universe. Jeffrey Thorne writing with Marcus T.O.
Yeah.
Marcus 2.
Yeah, I don't know that I need to read this one. I don't feel as compelled to read a Deadpool-led book.
Yeah. And again, just not being in the world a ton, as I look at the cover, I recognize simply Deadpool.
Yeah.
I guess I do know Betsy Braddock.
Now,
But we are introducing Tank.
Yeah, okay. So that's a new character?
Yeah, also $6.
Ah, of course. So NYX, or is that Nyx?
NYX.
And got an Art Germ cover.
Yeah. It's nice
Of X-23. Is that X-23? Yeah, so that's pretty good. This isn't a book about X-Men. This is a book about mutants living past the end of their world and into a new beginning. This is Miss Marvel embracing her mutant life. This is Enoll trying to keep his head above water. This is Wolverine in the shadow of Bushwick, protecting her own. This is Prodigy writing history as it happens. And so we don't call her X-23, we call her Wolverine now?
Yes. We've done that before.
Okay. Yeah, when he was dead, right? He's not dead anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I guess we're not giving the moniker back.
Yeah. So yeah, then this is a terrible cover. I hate this cover.
Yeah, the one with the four of them.
Yeah, what is that about?
Yeah.
Who's doing that one? Do we know?
Is that the standard Francisco Martirino?
Is that the A? Oof. Yeah, it's a whiff. Then we're getting a Phoenix #1 by Stephanie Phillips.
Yeah.
So Jean Grey gets her own book. Very cool. Is that Alex Ross?
Ooh. That's Greg Land on that one, and I don't know who's on the second one, actually. I don't know if that's the Putri cover or not. Oh, I want to see the Rose Besh when that one pops out. That'll be good.
You do like her.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're doing Aliens versus Avengers. That should be fun.
Yeah. A bunch of Xenomorph taking on.
I mean, hell, if you got the license, use it, right?
Yeah. It all led to this. Xenomorphs reach Earth. The perfect organism meets a planet of superhumans. Who will fall first? Legendary collaborators Jonathan Hickman and Esad Ribic got loose on this 4-part epic. I think 4 parts is just enough to murder some aliens.
So we've got an event.
What a stupid title.
Weapon extraction. Deadpool and Wolverine tie-in. It's written by Ryan North, who is my boy. So I will not have him besmirched because he's kicking ass over at Fantastic Four.
Okay.
And drawn by Javier Garrón. Weapon extraction begins in July with Incredible Hulk 14 and continues through August with no increase in the pricing of the issues. That's hilarious that they stuck that in the
awesome,
solicit.
yeah.
The backup stories will give readers a dose of Wolverine Deadpool action at no extra charge. These issues will contain a DPWX tag in their title, which is Deadpool Weapon Extraction, I guess. Okay.
So we're getting regular books with this as the backup in them.
With the event as the backup.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're piecemealing us this event 4 pages at a time, probably.
Is it? Are we going to get 4 or 8 pages in the back of these?
Yeah.
And 8 times 8, 60. Yeah. So maybe it's like 2 or 3 issues. Maybe by the time you're done. Okay. Well, that's one way to do it, but they're not going to charge you anymore. You have to buy these books that you might not already buy.
Yeah, but you've got to buy a Captain America book and a Immortal Thor book and a
Yeah.
Spectacular book.
Right. So I'm of these 8. Ooh, one of them's X Factor. I'm only reading half of these, so I have to I have to read more. Okay. That's cool. I mean, I think that's interesting, don't you? Do you hate it?
Yeah.
You hate it.
It's just, I think having an event as a backup in irrelevant books that have nothing to do with it is weird.
So do you think the books aren't derailed then? They're just their regular books, and then they throw this in the back?
Yes, that's exactly what I think is going on.
That'll be interesting. I'm curious how that goes. We get
even right here in the first part, just in time for the Marvel Studios highly anticipated Deadpool and Wolverine film this July, a special new team-up saga will run across 8 Marvel titles this summer as bonus backup tales.
Okay. And so they're not really going to change those titles.
Correct.
Which is what people complain about, is their titles get derailed for these events. So this is giving people what they want, really. We're not going to derail your titles, but our events will just be embedded in them. That's kind of good.
Over the course of 8 issues?
Yeah.
We'll see. It might work.
I mean, ideally what you do is you just print these as a standalone comic.
Yeah. This is two comics.
Yeah, 2 or 3 issues, and it's over, and then people who want it get it. Ideally. True. You're right. We get a couple facsimiles after the other.
Wolverine 88 is a big facsimile.
Yeah, it was one that was really hot there for a while.
Yeah, as soon as all the trailers and stuff hit, that's the one that everybody flocked towards. And then this Deadpool one, is this the first time Joe Kelly kind of rewrote?
Yeah, that's right. You really like that series.
I mean, that's where you start with the fourth wall breaking, and the actual personality that we like from Deadpool was starting with that Joe Kelly and Ed McGuinness run.
Yeah. Another Deadpool and a Wolverine starts. This is a Chris Claremont led Wolverine.
Yeah, and then that Taran Clark cover is very good.
Is this back at the Deadpool? What are we looking at?
Yeah. Deadpool 4 right here, yeah. And then you were on Wolverine Deep Cut with Claremont?
Yeah. Yeah, with a couple of interesting covers. Philip Tan. Not too bad. Jim Zub gets Life of Wolverine #1, which is Logan's life story in chronological order.
Ooh. In print for the first time. So his whole life takes up 40 pages.
Maybe it gets to like something that you know. Yeah. And what everybody's clamoring for, what if Donald Duck became Wolverine?
Celebrating the 90th anniversary of Donald Duck and the 50th anniversary of Wolverine. There are Peach Momoko covers, so I'm actually intrigued by the covers to this one.
90 years of Donald Duck?
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. That's a lot. We're still working on Blood Hunt. So there's Dracula's Blood Hunt, Midnight Sun's Blood Hunt.
Blood Hunt.
Blood Hunt 5 of 5. And that's the end.
Then Blood Hunters 3 of 4. And Blood Hunters 4 of 4. But Blood Hunters is not Blood Hunt?
Huh. I guess not.
No, it is Blood Hunt. Blood Hunters is Blood Hunt. And Avengers 16 is Blood Hunt.
That's a tie-in.
And
Doctor Strange is a tie-in. And Vengeance is a tie-in.
Werewolf by Night Blood Hunt #1. That's cool. That I get.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a pretty cool issue, I guess. The first issue. It felt a little. What was that book by Tom Taylor that we liked? Or was it or was it somebody else? Where it was vampires.
Mm.
DC vampires or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago. I'm not spacing on it, but it was kind of like that.
Yeah. I do like the Amazing Spider-Man Blood Hunt 3 cover with him and Morbius.
Everybody gets a Blood Hunt, man.
Yeah, we're going deep with it between Hulk and ASM and Strange Academy, finishing up.
Got to finish
Miles
it up.
Morales and Wolverine cover is pretty cool, actually.
You got to put this to bed so you can launch all the X titles plus all the Deadpool stuff.
Yeah.
You need to clear the deck. You can't have
Yeah. So Fantastic Four 22 is a Blood Hunt tie-in that also has the backup for weapon extraction.
Wow. It's getting him both ends.
Yeah.
Wow.
X-Men Blood Hunt Psylocke 1, X-Men Blood Hunt Laura Kinney the Wolverine 1. Love that Peach Momoko cover. Oh, Bjorn Barons. Oh man, that's so good.
That's so weird, all that stuff. And then now we're going to do Black Widow Venom. What?
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to do a Namor book. Jason Aaron doing Namor. Really?
Okay, you had me at Jason Aaron. In the manner of Jason Aaron's
in any
Punisher
other
series.
month, this would lead the book.
I was just about to say that. Why is this not up at the top?
We are burying a Jason Aaron-led Namor series. Is it 8-issue? It's an 8-issue miniseries. Still.
Yeah.
This should be up there. I mean, at the very least, he is a mutant. So this should be at least be up there with the X books.
Jason Aaron re-envisions the world of Marvel's first mutant. Daredevil 11. Daredevil Woman Without Fear by Eric Schultz.
Yeah, that's cool. That might be good.
After the stunning events of Daredevil 11.
Whatever those stunning events are.
Yeah, we won't find that out until that same month that we care about this same book.
Yeah.
Ultimates Black Panther 6. Ultimates 2. Ultimate X-Men 5. Not to be confused with our new X-Men book.
No. And Spidey.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the only one I'm still reading. I'll try Ultimates when it comes out, but I've already dropped X-Men, Ultimate X-Men, and Ultimates Black Panther.
Spider-Man Reign 2, #1, Kari Andrews.
Doing everything
for this book. Award-winning writer, artist Kari Andrews returns to the world of Spider-Man's dystopian future in the sequel to the landmark gene-defying Spider-Man Reign. And who is the new Black Cat? What tragedies and triumphs await this older, grizzled Peter Parker? Peter isn't the only one who aged. Wait until you see what happened to Miles Morales. I don't think I read the prior Reign.
Well, vaguely, I'm not sure. But Kari Andrews, I don't remember his art being this great.
Mm-hmm.
This is really great stuff. This is super reminiscent of McFarlane's first foray into Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really solid.
I love that second cover of him on the Iron Rod cross.
Yeah, that's great.
ASM 53. I like that Russell Dowderman cover with all the different Spider-Man upside down. It's a very cool cover. I like that.
From 53.
Yeah.
Also, Dowderman, we haven't seen him for a while. What's he been doing?
Apparently working on this cover.
Yeah, maybe. Asmund Putri were running up the bridge. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Spider Gwen, the Ghost Spider 3, handling her business. And at the end, part 4 of Weapon Extraction.
And it's issue 3, but it's an all-new ongoing series. Still stamped on it. You've been out for 3 months. So, how new are you?
Take that for whatever you think it's worth.
Yeah, exactly. Spectacular Spider-Man. Spider-Woman. Symbiote Spider-Man. Venom 35. Venom Separation Anxiety. Spider-Man Shadow of the Green Goblin. Venomverse Reborn. Spider-Boy. Scarlet Witch. Not crossing over with anything. Scarlet Witch not doing anything but her own thing. Okay. I like that. Another amazing Spider-Man facsimile. This is for 258 and issue 7 of Secret Wars. So that
saw that one coming.
Yeah. So we've already done 8 a couple of times, haven't we?
I think so. Yeah.
I think we'll hit it again.
Why not again?
Yeah. Giant Size Silver Surfer. It's part of the 50th anniversary of Giant Size. This is a reprint of Silver Surfer 80. I think that's it. Oh no, that's plus a reprint of Silver Surfer 80. Okay. X-Men Era of Apocalypse finishes up. Annihilation 2099 starts with its first issue and second issue and third issue. I guess it's going to run this whole thing that month. Okay. So Annihilation 2099, all 5 issues will be out.
Yeah. Yeah, because July has 5 release weeks: 3rd, 10th, 17th, 24th, and 31st.
We've got Dracula and Darkhawk in this. Dracula's probably in Blood Hunt, isn't he? I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
All the vampires. Helverine hits 3. Get Fury. Oh, Kyle. I just read Get Fury.
Okay.
Garth Ennis, Jason Burrows. It's a Max title, and it's a war comic.
Okay.
What do you think I thought about it?
I think you were in for the whole thing.
I really liked it. And it's got Frank Castle and Nick Fury as soldiers.
That's cool.
So, in Vietnam. So, I mean, yeah, it's just
based off of like Get Shorty, the movie series.
I don't know. No, that Fury's been captured, so Frank Castle's got to go get him. The first issue was really great. Ennis gets war comics. Ennis gets how to write Punisher.
Mm-hmm.
Invincible Iron Man on 20. Get another annual, Amazing Spider-Man annual.
Mm-hmm. Only $5 for their annual. I figured they'd try to get more out of us.
Some restraint.
Yeah.
And more Immortal Thor annual. Ms. Marvel annual. Marvel Zero.
Yeah, deluxe edition collecting Marvel's Gold 2024 Free Comic Book Day titles.
Wow. Weird.
Yeah.
So the two. The two gold titles.
Yeah, because it's only 56 pages. Yeah, collecting Free Comic Book Day 2024's Blood Hunt X-Men 1 and Ultimate Universe Spider-Man 1.
So if you don't get it for free, you can pay
You pay
$7.
$7.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. I love this Alex Ross cover on Immortal Thor 13.
Yeah. That's pretty great. That's great. I love that. They have the new 20s. They're betting with the new 20s, and they have iPhones too. So, but those are older iPhones. Maybe Alex Ross hasn't upgraded his iPhone.
He believes in the classic. His contract's not up yet.
Captain America 11. Yeah, Kyle, I think I'm coming around to your way of thinking now. I'm like, I don't want to buy this stuff for this little thing in the back. So how about you just collect this for me afterwards?
Yeah,
exactly. If it's that great, I'll read it.
Yeah, I'll take Weapon Extraction, $9 one shot.
I'd rather do that than buy 8 of these books.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Marvel 10, nothing in this one. Sensational She-Hulk, just a She-Hulk book. Ghost Rider gives us Final Vengeance, issue 5. What If? Aliens. I'm not reading
the
that
end
one.
Of Paul Reiser.
Yeah, I skipped that one.
Ooh, Star Wars The Inquisitors, one of a 4-issue series by Rodney Barnes. The Jedi must die. Weapons of the Emperor sent out into the galaxy to track down and kill Jedi who survived Order 66. The ruthless Inquisitors are among the most skilled and deadly threats to those who served the light side of the Force. Buried in the annals of Jedi lore is the story of Tensu. I know. Tensu Run, the Jedi who faced the Inquisitors and Darth Vader. What became of him, and why did the Empire so greatly fear his existence?
Buried in the annals of Jedi or something totally different.
Oh, yeah. It's a polybacked book.
This looks great.
Yeah. Hope it's new
stories. We saw the Inquisitors in Ahsoka. Is that right?
Yes. I mean, I've seen them in a thing that you shall not name because you didn't watch it.
Yeah, live action.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Those in Ahsoka. Yeah.
Speaking of which, Star Wars Ahsoka #1.
But this is just a retelling of the series, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Which makes me angry.
Star Wars Darth Maul Black, White, and Red finishing up that Greg Pak series. Love that David Marquez cover.
Walt Simonson doing a Darth Maul cover. Wouldn't have guessed that.
Very cool.
John Tyler Christopher. I mean, he's got to stretch his legs a little bit. He does these action figure variants, but he doesn't do much else, does he?
Yeah. And, I mean, they're down to Sebulba now in these action figures.
Who is it?
Sebulba was the during the Great Pod Race of Phantom Menace. He was the main guy that Anakin went against.
Deep cut.
Yeah,
that's right. In the Pod Race.
Yeah. Darth Vader 48, creeping up on Darth Vader 50. So that's pretty rad.
Yeah, I didn't. Time to renumber.
Yeah, bring it on. And now we're into Omnibuy and collected editions.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at some of them, but I always try to look at stuff like was this out? Was this reprinting something that I missed? Like wasn't reading comics for that 15-year stretch.
They already have a September solicit for the Ultimate Spider-Man 1 through 6 of this new Spider-Man universe. $20.
No. Yeah. For September. They'll probably solicit it a couple of times.
Yeah, it'll be here.
Sell a ton. Yeah, they'll sell a ton of that. This is like one of their biggest catalogs, right? This seems like a really big catalog.
Yeah, I'm on page 121 and still going. Yeah, they've even got Agatha Harkness and all this stuff. It's like, dang. Collecting Fantastic Four 94 from 1961, the 1963 Avengers, Round and Midnight Suns 1 through 5. Man.
I don't know how. I don't know how anybody could buy all this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, just look at even the checklist is convoluted.
Yeah,
it has multiple different FOC. It's just crazy.
Yeah, FOCs go from 520 to 7-1 or later. Now, yeah, 520 to 7. That's a month and a half. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. So much. Ay. Well, but there's a lot here. There's a lot here. A lot to like. I'm kind of excited about some of this stuff. So I'll be checking out some of these X books, these relaunches, see what they're doing. I'll probably check out the Avengers versus Aliens. That seems interesting to me.
Right.
Yeah, there's tons of stuff in here that I want to check out. And I'm going to be finishing up Blood Hunt, so I'll be limping to the finish line on that.
I was going to say, if you can pick yourself up and get to it.
Yeah, exactly. So there's 132 pages of Marvel goodies in there, so check those out.
Here we go. All right, heading over to our good friends at comicbookinvest.com to see the CBSI top 10 list, and I can't wait to see what's on here. And we're going to start with number 1, Drew. We are at Spider-Woman number 7. Final, after a bait and switch tease in issue 6, we would be meeting these new champion characters. It seems they wish to be known as the Assembly.
Yeah.
Seriously, what an awful team name. That sounds like a middle school meeting in the school auditorium to learn about the dangers of drug and forest fires. Regardless, collectors are excited as they are shelling out an average of $15 for the open order cover, with sets of all 3 covers going for $30 to $45 for the set. It's nice to see a good Wednesday Warrior book like this make the list that isn't an incentive cover, let alone taking the top spot, which is great. But this volume at these prices, it earned spot number 1.
Yeah, that's cool.
Very much so. Blood Hunt Red Band Edition number 1, the 1 in 25 Francis Yu cover. This was not a secret, as pre-sales were strong in this 1 in 25 Red Band version of Blood Hunt number 1. An awesome homage to Crime Suspense Stories 22. This issue has performed quite well despite those expensive pre-sales, with about 20 sales so far, with an averaging a solid $60 and even hitting $75 in one case. Is this the ceiling or just a taste of more to come? The story was pretty good, and despite a high print run on this event, this alternate edition Red Band version with its own incentive could keep the market's attention for a bit while longer, while this story continues across most of Marvel's titles this month. At rank
Cool.
3, Deadpool Wolverine World War III #1, the 1 per store variant. Another Marvel secret 1 per store thank you book sent out to 1 per account in polybags. But this time it's not a Greg Capullo, but rather a Gabrielle Dell'Otto with just a changed trade dress and Wolvie's brown outfit on one of the open order variants. Guess they couldn't send out the Virgin since they burned that on the 1 in 100 variant for this first issue of this new crossover series. A weak read, but decent sales with more than 30 this week, averaging $30 to $45 and even hitting 55 in a case. At rank 4, Uncanny X-Men 333. Back on the list again this week with another 70 or more sales. It is his first appearance of Bastion, showing how evil he can be in this week's episode. Volumes remain strong, and last week's $20 highs have become this week's average sales of the new $30 highs. Not much else to say that we haven't already covered on this one.
So the first appearance of Bastion.
Mm-hmm.
Is he in the X-Men 97?
Yeah, X-Men 7. Yeah, X-Men 97.
Okay.
At rank 5, we have Red Hulk, Hulk #1 by Jeff Loeb and Ed McGuinness. Back and forth, up and down. This first appearance of Red Hulk, sort of, has been on quite the ride the last few years. Apparently, confirmation on the worst kept secret in Marvel is that Harrison Ford will make the transformation into our big red friend, taking rolls from 50 to 70 this week, along with CGC 9.8 going for $230 to $300. The most notable sales of the week, however, is a CGC 9.8 newsstand going for $1,350 for this book.
I really didn't think that Harrison Ford was going to do that. I mean, he's like 80 some years old, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I just can't believe he's going to do this. I thought he was retiring.
Oh, yeah, you would think he'd just kind of fade to black and enjoy himself, but no,
You'd think.
no such thing. At rank 6, we have X-Men 53, Mark Waid and Andy Cooper. Despite what we've seen on screen for X-Men 97, what has been teased out, but the former showrunner, folks are speculating on Onslaught. Not sure this is where we are going just yet, but it's a solid plan for season 2. Whatever the case, there were about 40 sales and an average of $10 to $15 in a CGC 9.8 that crept over $100.
Wow.
Yeah. At rank 7, Sandman 25 from Neil Gaiman. What a fine, fascinating this is that typically we see spikes in comics just before the release of the series. Dead Boy Detectives premiered last week and only had a handful of sales leading up to it. After the release, this book has seen more volumes with around 20 sales, but prices have eked up to an average of $25 to $40, even hitting a high of $50 for the raw.
Yeah, I thought it'd be higher.
Yeah, I thought, yeah. Because it's an old book, there must be a ton of them printed.
Yeah.
Yeah, rank 8, DC Comics presents 47. Yes, news of a new Masters of the Universe flick landing on screens in 2026 from Travis and Knight. Still plenty of time for the internet to get up in arms about possible changes to the He-Man lore, but for now, it has renewed interest in his first appearance in comics, if you don't count the mini comics with the that came with the figures. But Raws are also up from $100 to $140, as there were also a few CGC 9.6s sold this week that started around $250 and ended with one of them hitting $500. That's a nice jump for Prince Adam.
Do you have those little mini comics?
I don't. Yeah, I was
that
thinking
came with the figures, because you had the figures, didn't you?
I did. I had a lot of the figures, but dumb Kyle was not a collector of the sorts at the time, I'm guessing. All right, at rank 9, Evangeline #1. Margot Robbie is considering this Olivia Wilde adaptation of the 90s Batgirl comics by Rob Liefeld. Seems like a step back from Barbie, if you ask me. This sounds more like Paul Thomas, Christina Loken vehicles. Kudos if you know what we're talking about.
I do not.
Previous rumors, spiked this one before, and it dipped to 10 to 15. Now new rumors have bumped it back up to 20 to 30 this week for this chromium foil 90s gimmick goddess. At rank 10, Crossfire number 12, only pulling in at number 12. The Dave Stevens train isn't done yet. The next book up is this classic cover, crossing that century mark on average sales, up from about $80 last week, a $115 average, showing the momentum Stevens still has. Heck, even a CGC 9.0 sold for $300 this week, and that's only a 9.0.
I mean, have we always known about Dave Stevens, or is he like a new discovery that people are chasing down now? It's just been recently that I've seen that his stuff is spiked. I don't know that I remember him from anything.
I was going to say it was nothing that was on my radar prior to this.
Yeah.
Notable sales. We have a notable sale for Spawn 71. Looking at pics of this copy sold, it is definitely not a 9.8. Last roll sold for 130. It's quite a jump up considering a CTC 9.6 last sold for 660 back on January 25th. This is not a 9.6 either, so an accepted $775 on a $1,000 ask is quite impressive just because it is a newsstand. Spawn buyers be crazy. And Four Collar number 16. This is a Disney book from way back in the day. All-time high sales for a CGC 2.5 for the first appearance of Mickey Mouse in comics. I dread what more we will get as more and more classics like Mickey and Superman find their way into public domain. Seriously, is low-budget horror the only thing that we can do with these IPs? That said, $3,500 is a nice jump from $1,700 back in 2000 for this CGC 2.5.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I like it. That's very cool.
Mm-hmm. All right, Drew, now it's time for our pick of the week. Then our sneak peek. Let's head on over to our good friends at Lunar Distribution and look at the items coming out on the 7th.
Great Batman 147s.
We love that Jorge Jimenez cover.
Yeah, that's probably the strongest one. Yeah, there's some good ones there.
Dude, I cannot believe we are still doing this Punchline train. If you had told me Punchline would be still here 2 years later or whatnot, I'd be like, nah.
Yeah, no, not gonna happen.
Birds of Prey with a couple cool covers as well.
Nightwing gets a compendium. That's cool.
The Bloodhaven compendium, which is, okay, bear with me. Nightwing, Volume 1, 1 through 4. Volume 2, 1 through 25. And number 1 million Nightwing. Annual number 1, Wizards Presents Nightwing 1/2. And Huntress 1 through 4. Green Arrow 134 and 135. Robin number 55. And Detective Comics 723 through 725. And 1 million.
Yeah, it'd be tough to track all that stuff down.
Yeah. So this is,
especially try to get that
$60.
Wizard Presents Nightwing 1/2. Try to get that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Man, that's cool though.
Mm-hmm.
How much do they want for that?
$60.
All right, cool.
Poison Ivy 22, another really cool Frank Cho book. Frank Cho cover on that one.
There's the our Army at War 81, the Sergeant Rock first appearance.
Mm-hmm. Showcase 22 on that Facsimile came out. I like that cover. It's always just a classic. Suicide Squad, Kill Arkham Asylum 4. That Ariel Olivetti cover is pretty good. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like the Shazams. Those are.
I really like
Serge Acuna. Shazam is cool as hell.
I like with Billy Batson's on the cover.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Heading over to our items from the 8th, but sticking in Lunar. Department of Truth, Complete Conspiracy hardcover, which is the whole Department of Truth 1 through 17.
Oh wow!
Purple Tinian.
The Energon Universe Special One Shot. This is reprinting the Free Comic Book Day.
Mm-hmm.
Not for $8, but for $3.99. A little more reasonable.
As you do.
I guess it's only one, though.
And it gets a cover B as well. Geiger #1 of the 2004 series going to a second print, as well as Geiger 2 coming out. So that's cool. Geiger's continuing to keep its speed.
Mm-hmm.
I Hate Fairyland doing well as well. Last Mermaid won its third issue. Can't remember. I thought it was 3 of 4, but I don't see that. So perhaps it going longer.
Yeah. I enjoyed that first issue a lot.
Did you? Very good.
I have not read the second, but I really enjoyed the first. It was really good. Oh, Black Book. I don't think I've read that one yet. That's one of the AWAs. So I will definitely read that.
That Spawn Rat City #1 going to a second print and doing the design variant for the second print is very cool. And of course, the Transformers 8. And the trade for Transformers 1, 2 covers on that trade. The OG classic.
Oh, okay.
One, a second.
I like that.
Yeah, very good. Jumbo and Myers on the second one.
Over at Image, who's back on top of previews. Well, I just don't understand why we're doing that, but
Scrapper has the hardcover out already.
well, that's cool.
Yeah, issues 1 through 6 on a nice little $25 hardcover. Down into the Boom books. Jim Henson's Labyrinth, 2 of 3.
Armory Wars.
Yeah, we've got an Armory Wars, and we've got a Crocodile Black. Philip Kennedy Johnson on the Crocodile Black. What made someone turn to crime, especially in a modern pandemic-riddled dystopia?
Oh, what didn't? What wouldn't?
Yeah, what wouldn't? That looks very good.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And then Amori Wars. Longtime comic creator and Coheed and Gameria frontman Claudio Sanchez makes a triumphant return to conclude the fan favorite Amory Wars, where death is only the beginning. I love Claudio Sanchez. He did The Rook or something like that. It was something, an old book that I have all of them. I love Claudio. He's very good.
Yeah, he had another one that he did that was, and it was really good.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was what it was called. I can't remember. Maybe we might be talking about the same thing, but yeah.
Yeah. Sanchez teams with co-writer Kadra Eckett and artist Guilherme Martinez for this epic maxi series that acts as a companion story to the Coheed and Cambria album of the same name and is sure to appeal to readers of Descender and Saga.
Mm-hmm.
I like Claudio enough to not scoff at that, but and this is a 12-issue series, so
yeah. The last one I remember, it was like 4 issues. I think this might have been back in like 2012, 2014, something like that. And it was sought after. It was sought after because it crossed over and had the band fans coming after the comics. So it did really well.
Jumping down into the Marvel books.
More blood hunting with a lot of stuff.
That Lucas Wernick cover for Amazing Spider-Man 14, Stormbreakers isn't bad.
Yeah.
Avengers 14 with that really nice Chris Bacalo Arrows cover.
Yeah.
But it's all about the Blood Hunters. Declan Shalvey with that OG style book. I like that old school cover on that. I don't think I saw that before.
The Fantastic 430 looks like a normal issue. No blood hunt there. Good.
Dracula blood hunt run. Edge of Spider-Verse 2, second printing. Todd Knock doing a Spider-Man 300 homage. Andru's doing a 25 copy second print incentive with a real wackadoo cover there.
Oh, that's cool. They're doing an X-Men 97 companion comic to the animated show.
Mm-hmm.
It's on a second printing. That's good.
Ultimate Spider-Man 3 going to a second print. Wolverine 49. David Nakayama is doing the Black Suit Wolverine cover.
Oh, that's an interesting look.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing Dynamite.
Issue 6 of the Wheel of Time series.
Our back calf might have something.
Yeah, Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, issue 6. And there is a 25 copy incentive on issue 6 as well. It is a very cool, almost little golden book-esque cover.
Okay. Because that's cool. Well, this is like the end, right?
Yeah, there's cover A, cover B, and a 1 in 25. At the end of this issue, someone will die. There's no way to avoid it, so we simply won't try. A horrific plan drives the fate of our bear, and unspeakable actions will give quite a scare. Join us now as we finally lift the veil, as this, my friends, is the end of our tale.
Yeah. I mean, IDW needs to sign up Patrick Horvath for whatever he wants to do.
100%.
Lock him down and say, just keep cranking him out, bro. Whatever you want to do.
I, for one, want all solicits to be alliterative and in poem form.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. Yeah, I can't wait to read that one. That's going to be awesome. They collect Dear Editor. I think it turned out to be a train wreck by the time it was
Dark
done.
Souls, Willow King 404. Well, yeah, he said it was. So it didn't stick the landing or stick the second issue.
Or the third. Yeah, it was. Yeah, not great. I'm so surprised. I'm still enjoying Thundercats, Kyle. I'm like 3 issues into that one.
Seriously?
I'm still enjoying it.
Awesome.
I can't believe it. I can't believe how much I like it. Like, it's just, there must be something in the back of my brain from those shows that are just in there, because I'm just like, it's nostalgia fun for me.
What is this fun you speak of?
It's not bad. Faith getting some a new title for Valiant.
Mugshots #1 from Mod Cave or Mad Cave. Brighton, UK in 2008. The kidnapping of a young woman sets in motion a chain of events that will send con artists, gangsters, killers, and corrupt police on a collision course in this tale of family trauma, betrayal, murder, and revenge that threatens to bring the city's whole underworld down.
Yeah, I like the retro look to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool.
For you, Drew, we have My Little Pony Camp Big Hoof trade paperback.
You know me so well.
Yeah, Stephanie Cook writing that.
Six Gun. I never read the Six Gun from Oni Press. I need to. I like Western comics. I need to read that.
The 30th anniversary of She #1 from Crusade Comics.
Kyle, TMNT Black, White, and Green.
Yeah, okay,
Number one.
Oh, Paulina, Gonshu, Gigi Dutrex, and Declan Shalvey writing this. It's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like you've never seen them before. This special series gathers up some of Comics most eclectic and exciting talents to bring their takes on the TMNT to the page, taking the characters back to their origins in black and white independent comics, but with a touch of green. Thrill to an all-new adventure with the likes of Paulina Gauchner, which we know from Wonder Woman, Declan Shalvey, we know from Deadpool versus Old Man Logan and Moon Knight, Gigi Dutrex, we know from Sonic, blah, 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 names. So we're going back to kind of the Mirage stuff. We're adding a splash of green and telling some new tales. So that's interesting.
I like it.
Yeah.
But like, that's a great James Stocco cover.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I hate to say no to the Declan Shalvey, but that James Stocco's pretty great.
Yeah. Bebop and Rocksteady on that cover.
Yeah.
The Shalvey cover is just running through the rooftops. And of course, the Dan Berger is the incentive cover with Old Master Splinter on it. Either way, very cool. And something
Very cool.
I don't know if I'll enjoy reading, but I think I would definitely enjoy looking through.
Yeah.
Witcher Corvo Bianco #1 of a 4-issue Wisher series continuing on, so that's good. Man. From Dark Horse, we have the World of Black Hammer omnibus, Drew.
Yeah.
A big old Jeff Lemire omnibus for $30. All right, Drew, but all these books can't be our pick of the week. Something's got to stand above the rest, float to the top, find the way into our hot little hands, and be the book that we think is the one that has to be picked up this week. Drew, what you got for me?
Man, I've been all over the place. There's some great stuff here. But I don't know that I can go away from Our Army at War, number 81, the facsimile edition of the first Sergeant Rock and Easy Company. Means too much to me. Historically, means too much to me to pass up on this. And this has got to be the one.
Got you right in the fields on that one. Can't beat it.
Yep.
I've got a few things up here in my extra tabs. I picked up, that Boom Studios Crocodile Black up there from Philip Kennedy Johnson. I had my eyes on that. Of course, that Amori Wars from our good friend Claudio Sanchez. And, of course, that World of Black Hammer I was just looking at. But I think I'm going to pick the final issue of Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. Number 6, of course. As a whole, this has been phenomenal from the word go. It's been something that hit the ground running and just hasn't really stopped. Very fun. It's great to see the beginnings of this Patrick Horvath written book, and I can't wait to see the things to come on this one. I'm a big fan of the, of course, 25 copy incentive, but I'm just going to go with cover A for simplicity's sake.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous cover. Yeah. So yeah, that was my other choice. So that's a great one.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Hey, we want to thank you for tagging along with Drew and myself as we go through our sneak peek at this next week as we're into May, heading into looking at things all the way into June and all the way throughout the year. We appreciate you guys tagging along through us. Head on over to patreon.com, find comics for fun and profit. Throw us a couple bucks, be part of longer discussions. We've kicked around some movies and what's going to happen here, and we always, of course, launch those through our Patreons first and get your guys' thoughts and discussions on the things that we're looking at. So we appreciate you. For Drew and for myself, see you.
Check out beacons.ai/comicsfunprofit for all the C4FAP links you could ever need, all in one place. You can provide feedback, listen, support, share, enjoy these. We have our Patreon there. You can buy us a beer or a coffee. You can check out our Instagrams, our Twitters, our Facebooks. Check out our YouTube page. You can email us. You can listen to our podcasts on Patreon, if you're a subscriber, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, on Podbean. We have Google Podcasts on there. We have an Amazon wish list. You want to buy Kyle and I something? Fine. You can do that here. We appreciate it. We have Kyle's RPG podcast listed on there, so you can check out his Dork Day Afternoon offerings. We have Cowabunga links, so you can check out the Cowabunga Deep Discount FOC and pre-order list. Get on that. That's RLCS, so you can check that out as well. And we want to just give you opportunities to say hi, to check out what we're doing, support us if you would like, or just listen. Check out beacons.ai/comicsfunprofit for all the C4 FAP links you could ever need. Thanks. Back to the show.
Who doesn't love coming home to a new package on their doorstep? Today I got to come home to this awesome Comics for Fun and Profit shirt on mine, and you can too. If you go to comicsfunprofit.threadless.com, you can check out their cool merch and get a shirt just like me. That was comicsfunprofit.threadless.com. Join the club. It's where all the cool kids are.